The following may contain language which will be offensive to some people and inappropriate for children. Still here? Then pour your favorite beverage and let's get this fucking show started.
Fantastic Forum, assemble! You are watching Fantastic Forum, the premier show about comic books and your live weekly conversation about geek culture and entertainment. We are the Fantastic Forum, coming to you live and direct from the Hall of F. Hope you're having a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, or night, as the case may be, depending on where you are in the world. And if you're not, you should stick with us. We'll help you take it up a notch. You have the usual suspects in the building. First, he is our intrepid senior reporter. He's next in line for the cowl. He's our resident Dark Knight detective. It's Oz.
I've been shooting different things, so this camera is all out of whack. Whack, yo. Whack.
Mad buggy. That camera's mad buggy. Next.
The beer's still good, though.
Huzzah. He's the backbone, the pillar, the strength of Fantastic Forum, our nigh invulnerable brawler, and resident strongman, Moses Magnum.
What's up?
And as for myself, my name is Lawrence Young. They call me Mayor Young. Welcome to Fantastic Forum. Shout out to Jay. He had to go make a quick run, but we shall see him later in the show. So fret not, good people.
I could add him to the stream.
Say again?
I could add him to the stream.
No, we don't want empty wall Jay on the stream. Like empty, like it'd be like, what's
it's
happening?
Like what
in
I got
box?
going on here, right there.
No. You're fine. Like that. Look,
there's
like, I feel like
right here.
Exactly. We got a great show for you today. We are going to be reviewing Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. And we are going to be talking to you about some of the different offerings from Pre-Comic Book Day 2022. So we got that going on, plus, of course, whatever else it is that you all want to talk about, as usual. And we'll tell you how it is. You can get down on Fantastic Forum in just a minute. But before we do that, we want to make sure that we thank Mr. Scott Rubin, because without him, this show would not exist. So, hey, Scott, hope you're doing well, good sir. Yeah, Scott has a birthday coming up, huh?
Oh, what?
Look, everybody's like, wait, what?
Sorry, I was arranging my little dick.
No.
Trying to decide between life or growth, and Wonder Woman's kind of looking at him like, look, I'm twice your size. You know where to go.
What he lacks in height, he makes up for in girth. So,
anyway. Call him Cali stick.
So, if you want to get down with Fantastic Forum, here's how you can do it.
Want to get in on the action? Call Fantastic Forum on Skype and join the fun. Too shy to call in? That's okay. You can join the Discord chat room available at
fantasticforum.live.
Join the party. You know you want to.
Thank you, intern. We do appreciate you. You can go ahead and we'll take your comments directly out of chat and bring them into the show, such as insert witty chat comment here, Moses.
It says, what's up, Fantastic Forum? Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness was awesome. But man, that Avatar Way of Water teaser trailer is visually stunning. And I saw that trailer in 3D. Is this what you really want to talk about? Like,
I saw that or I heard that trailer was going to be beforehand.
Yeah.
Am I the only one that thought it was going to be the Airbender, but like hanging out with the Water Tribe or something?
No. Look, you know this. We always talk about how they keep.
I guess I'm the only real nerd. Go
ahead.
What? Yeah. What makes you the real nerd? Because you didn't know what movie was coming out. Like
because Avatar is so like for jocks.
Oh, hilarious! Look, we all know the Avatar movie is coming to Amazon Prime, right?
Ain't
or
there
the TV
been
show.
One fat dude in any Avatar movie?
When you say that, you mean like characters, or you mean like?
There's a janitor.
Like even the nerd is like all fit.
No, Uncle Iroh is fat, isn't he?
Is that in?
See, never mind. Never mind. Listen,
wait, is he
if
one
you
of
don't
the
know
people?
Listen.
See, do you know what Avatar I'm even talking about? You see, tell me. I'm just.
We were talking about The Last Airbender.
No, he's talking about Way of Water now.
Yeah, there's no fat people in that avatar. There ain't no nerds in that avatar. Is my
They're
point.
all watching it.
Look, am I the only one that like could care less about this Avatar movie?
Yeah, I could care. I don't know if I was. I don't know if I was like heavily medicated or what, but it looked very corny to me.
You seem like you're very into it. I mean, you're turning blue as we speak.
It's so funny because I don't know if y'all remember, but I actually kind of thought the first one was a little bit overrated. Like,
Yeah.
and don't get me wrong, it wasn't like it was terrible or anything. It was worth watching, but I just remember people being like, "Oh my god," and I'm like, this movie's not that great. Like,
It was,
I wasn't
overrated. It was a gimmick more than anything.
I guess. I mean,
but I
it's
also
weird
remember when the first one came out, people like suffering from actual depression about not being in that world.
Yeah, I do remember that. They're like, we want to live in. I don't even remember the name of the place. What is it called?
It's like, who wants to touch tails to fuck?
Pandora, I think.
Pandora, that is it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know, man.
I'm just surprised. Like Tire Claus over here. Wow, that Avatar Way of Water. Instead of like, man, wow, fucking Clea. That's what you should have been talking about, Doctor Strange.
Did she even say her name?
But no.
If you know, you know.
I know. That's what I'm saying. We know, but I don't think
we literally just reviewed the book that she was in a week ago or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, look, I knew that was Clea, but I don't remember the name.
We should. I mean, come on. You're like, we gotta at least give some sort of spoiler warning and stuff or something.
Fuck it. That has nothing to do with the plot.
Yeah,
it's done at that point.
Wait, so really? So you're gonna mess around and make it seem like it wouldn't be a spoiler mentioning this? That's what we're gonna go with?
There's a plot point that we could mention when that happens. That would be a spoiler.
Like, my neck hurts.
It's like this is listen. We're gonna talk about. Let's just go into it. Listen. Can we please?
Okay. I'm sorry.
Comic book theater.
It's like Larry, so we are gonna hit you in the mouth.
We are gonna do a review.
Like, remove it from my face.
Yeah. Like Daffy Duck.
I'm just saying, y'all out here just saying whatever the hell y'all want. Like, there might be people that might be watching the show that haven't seen the movie.
There's so many
memes,
like Doctor Strange out of context, and it's shit like that. Like, we're literally saying what's already been on the internet for 8 days.
Listen. I watched the movie. I haven't seen any Doctor Strange memes. Zero.
Yeah, me neither.
Obviously, you don't follow our Instagram.
I do follow our Instagram.
No, you don't.
You know you don't because I blocked you.
Did you?
No.
Damn. Oh, I was about to say, I'm like, I don't know.
But now I feel like I should.
Yeah.
I was like, man.
You should actually just make him unfollow us. Like that covert way.
Oh, man. I'm sitting here like
look, how are we gonna spoil it? I don't know about Clea, but her actress is awesome. So you don't know nothing about Clea.
Can I just get I'm trying to find the banner so I can put up that there's gonna be spoilers since Joe's not here.
Yeah, you have to make it now.
I know, that's what I'm saying. This is what I'm trying to do. But y'all won't let up. Oh, wait a minute. Special uninvited guest. Hold on. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, it's Jay. Thank you. Here to save the day. How are you, Jay?
I'm good. How are
you? Larry needs you to make a spoilers banner for Doctor Strange.
Yeah, man. Because these fools are in the these fools are these fools in the Wild West, Jay. They do whatever they want. They don't have any respect for people. And they just mess around and they're just like, I am going to say whatever I want whenever I'm ready. It's like, dude, all I'm saying is wait for the banner. Wait for the banner.
We just said
ladies,
what I am here. Producer said.
Caller, you are the 5th member of Fantastic Forum. Tell the good people who you are, where you're calling from, and what you want to talk with us about.
Why am I? Hold on. Oh,
That's
I
you, Alphonse.
apologize.
Can you hear us?
Because I had you guys open on here and on YouTube, so I had double voice echo for a second.
Oh, I understand.
It just sounded like Larry talking to Larry. So
that's what happens. That's what happens. There it is.
The 5th member of Fantastic Forum, the photographer, has arrived.
Indeed. How are you, Alphonse?
I'm here to talk about this right here.
I'm
here to talk about this.
I love it. I love it. So, okay, let's get into it, folks. Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. It's finally here. Long time coming. Just generally speaking, actually, you know what? We don't need to go into the generalities first. You know what we're going to do? Is I want to hear from each of you what you felt was, and again, spoilers, the banner's there, so get ready. I want to know from y'all what you felt was the best thing and what was the worst thing about this movie. So let's start with you, Oz. What was the best thing about Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness?
The Illuminati scene. That
Illuminati scene.
Yeah, like that's the moment where it really hits you. Like, damn, they're going dark with this thing, especially the Black Bolt and the Mr. Fantastic. It's like, dude, like put up a fight. The worst thing is the effects, like that battle with the one-eyed thing. What was it, Gargantos? Like when he's grabbing.
We don't know it was Gargantos.
You can't say that.
When they're fighting the Beholder.
We don't know if it's like, as far as I'm concerned, this is Shumagora.
The guy from Marvel vs. Capcom too.
I thought they couldn't have the rights to Shumagorath, and that's why it was.
It's
but they didn't call him nothing. They didn't call him nothing. It's a wink.
Okay, gotcha.
When they're
one
fighting
giant wink.
the one-eyed Willy,
no, wow.
And he grabs them, it just looked like really cheesy and fake.
Yeah,
I wasn't expecting from a big Marvel movie.
You always feel that though about like almost every movie.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, like it's almost every movie, but every Marvel movie especially. Like,
like spent a half hour complaining about the green screen funeral scene, and it turns out it was just a shitty frame rate that they shot it in.
Yeah, but that's fair. Okay, so that's the worst thing for you was the effects, the special effects. Yeah. All right, cool. Alphonse, let's go to you, man. What did you feel like was the best thing and what was the worst thing?
Again, going back to that scene, yeah, just the body count in general, like them taking out these characters. I said it at the end of the movie where I was just like, the movie that's scared to say the word bitch had a guy's brain come out. I mean, you didn't really see it, but you understood the concept of what just happened. Had someone get decapitated or body decapitated, whatever that was. And going back to Shumagorath, they poked his eye out, like literally jammed something in his eye and then scooped it out. But we can't say bitch. Don't say bitch.
There it is. And so what was the worst thing?
I think the worst thing was
that you can't say bitch?
What to do? No, what to do with America. Like I felt that her backstory was very much like, here's her backstory. All right, you guys got it? You like this character now? All right, let's move on. And I feel like if they want to, I don't know if we are going to add her to the MCU more often, but I feel like if they do, they should have a little bit of a better foundation for her story.
So okay. Jay, what about you, man?
I guess the death was the best part. Like I liked all the deaths.
just the death in general.
Well, no, there's like 4 death scenes that are like really good. Like when she breaks dude's neck.
Which one do you feel is the?
Like I think the broken neck one is probably the best.
Okay. And what was the worst thing about the movie?
America Chavez.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she was just wrong and super woke.
She was woke.
Super woke.
Yeah,
Oh,
super
okay.
woke.
Well, look, we'll come back to that. Okay, we'll come back to that. Moses Magnum.
I think the best thing about it was that it was like 4 movies in one. Like I felt like I watched 4 movies, you know,
Mhm.
and it's almost like they didn't know if they were gonna put this. They edited it in a way where they didn't put it in like Disney Plus. It'll be just 4 episodes, you know, in case
Mhm.
pandemic shit went bad or whatever.
Mhm.
And it doesn't feel like that's what it is, but that's like what I think would allow for them to do that. But then the best part was that it was like 4 movies at once. Like I was like, man, they balanced all these, and then it's still like it was still great, you know.
Mhm.
And then the next best thing was the third eye, because I think like we winked at each other with the third eye at that scene, because mine was like.
That's fair.
That
Let's
music
see.
fight scene was badass too, man.
Yeah,
When
no, I
all the
agree.
music notes.
I look, I agree. I for me, I think that the best thing was the introduction of the Illuminati. Like I really did like that they went, or I guess I should say how far and how intricate that scene goes in regards to like planting seeds. So that was good stuff. And then the worst part, I honestly, it's funny because what I was gonna say is I was gonna say a particular effect, like a particular special effect. Not, I can't go the Oz route and be like all the effects are terrible because I don't feel that. I feel like the good majority of the effects were fine, but there are two things that I noticed that I was like, I'm like, if I could notice it, then I know that means it was really bad. One was one particular effect with Wong, like smashing into a car, and I was just like, oh, like that particular effect looked rushed because it didn't look like it was like a person. I don't know. It looked weird. He turned it to like bad video game CG for some reason.
Ragdoll.
And then yeah. And then the other part was Doctor Strange's wig. Which I'm assuming they must have had to do a reshoot or something in the church. In the church, he had on a wig, and I was just like, yeah, I don't know, man. That's pretty bad. Like it had like one of those like hard lines that look like when you paint your hair. It had one of those going on, and I just like, yeah, like, and maybe it's not even a whole wig, but it looks like it. So if it's not, that's messed up. Especially when you look at it in comparison with all the rest of the movie. I'm just like, huh, like what happened right there? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So, and like I said, I don't even think it might not even be the entire. I'm sorry. Did I say funeral? I meant wedding. I don't remember which one I said. Look, he was sad, so like, but it's like I don't think it was the entirety of the wedding, but when they're in the church and he's talking to the doctor from part 1, like that's like that moment specifically when he's in the pew and it's like it looks bad, and I was just like, oh, that's definitely one of the thumbs down portions of the movie, but it's a small thing.
I know with Sam Raimi, he tries to go like crazy with the practical effects, like even the zombified Doctor Strange. Like when they got close-ups, it looked like it didn't look like rotting flesh. It looked like foam latex on the face. But to me, that's like a Sam Raimi thing. Like that's his signature at this point, because even like no matter how much money he does, he puts in a movie, that's what it looks like, And So I'm like okay with that. And I actually gave a little bit of the pass to these bad scenes, and I just wrote them off as like bad panels in an overall good comic book. Yeah.
No, I mean, and I wouldn't. Yeah, like I wouldn't even call it a bad scene. Like it's just a literally a moment, you know, where I just like, oh, you know, and like making movies making movies is hard. So
Yeah.
like, I'm not gonna mess around and be like, oh man, why are you such a failure? You know, because of a terrible moment of CG. Like somebody was probably working real hard and had a bad day, and, you know, someone had a baby or something. So they're like, oh. Like no one got any sleep. You know, it happens. So let's talk about the movie.
Too bad they couldn't have an abortion.
Oh Jesus, Mo!
You wanted me to say that.
I did not. Let's talk about the movie in its totality. You know, Joe. Let's go back to your comment. Why is America Chavez woke?
You didn't see the gay pride pin and the love is love slogan on her vest?
Wasn't she a lesbian?
Yeah, but she is.
Her moms were lesbians.
In the comic.
Yeah.
No, but she's bisexual in the book, isn't she?
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
But she doesn't wear a pin. And she doesn't have the slogan on her vest.
But that's just that universe, America Chavez.
I mean, I guess like, so she has a jacket that has a phrase on it, and that makes it woke.
It's the combination of the pin and the slogan.
it's the combination. That's fair. It's like it's too much.
So if she just had one, she'd be just the right amount of woke.
I feel, yeah, like if she had just had the slogan and not the pin, like that would have been the just right amount of wokeness.
I feel like that slogan needs to be changed too, because if you really want people to get on board from all walks of life and agree that love is love, they should just call it heartbreak is heartbreak. And everybody feels that pain. Yeah.
My problem.
Everybody knows that pain.
The actress looked like confused all the time. Like she just has that face.
Well,
I mean,
I think that's just how she looks. And I mean, that wasn't my only problem with the character. Like the entire portrayal was terrible.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's the writers or the actress. I don't know who to blame, but
both.
It felt like somebody said, "Hey, you're going to be in a Disney movie," and she's acting as though she's going to be in a Disney TV show, and never realizes that she's in an MCU movie.
I could totally see the aspects of her and her performance where you can say she feels like she's in like a Disney TV show. Like I can see that. Now, what I will say,
anything else. So I don't know if I blame her directly or if the writers had a bigger hand in that. So I don't want to just throw the blame on her because I haven't seen her in anything else that I know of.
But I will say on the other hand, well, two things. One, okay, she has a confused look on her face. Like she literally spends the entire movie dropping into like dimensions she's never been in before, like literally new realities. So I think confused is like the appropriate look, don't you?
She was eating at a restaurant, and every time she looked up, she's like, she's got like this weird, like I don't know what I'm doing here. Look,
she didn't know what she was doing there, and she was asking questions and was like, what? Like, you know, like she literally is confused by the answers.
So she's a good actress, is what I was.
Good actress. This was a Disney morning TV show.
I agree with that.
The other thing, she's 14 in the movie.
Look, this movie did a good job of taking her out of a bunch of scenes so that shit wouldn't get annoying. Because there was a whole like half hour where she wasn't around.
It also it kind of bugged me that the whole movie, every time somebody tries to take her power, they just kind of do this. And they do this, and they start draining her power slowly. Scarlet Witch finally gets her, and now she's got to do some elaborate ritual to take the power, when the whole movie she's just kind of been reaching out and start sucking out the power. That didn't make any sense to me.
I mean, you got a ritual table. You should use it.
Well, now, isn't she the only one that actually was able to use the full knowledge?
Wait, say it again.
Wasn't Scarlet Witch the one to really be able to use the full knowledge because she got that book?
I don't know.
Did she need it though? I mean, Defender Strange was like 2 seconds away from taking the power by himself.
Yeah, but he didn't succeed because he didn't do it right.
That's because he got stabbed.
Yeah, he did get stabbed.
Look,
yeah. Keeping in mind too, they do make a point to make a distinction between sorcery and witchcraft. So maybe that's the difference. I don't know. But I feel you. You know, you're like, hey, that could have been better explained. So I get you on that. Yeah. But I will say that I can definitely understand, and I've seen the comments from people that are America Chavez fans, that, you know, the character in the comics is basically a badass. And of course,
it's supposed to be like a hardened street youth, as they call it.
Hardened street youth. She's an edgy waif. But yeah,
she's
so
she's definitely not through borders.
She's what?
She's a Latino that can cross borders.
This is true. This is true. So, you know, I mean, I can definitely understand, like, for the fans out there, they might be like, this is not the portrayal we were hoping for. And, you know, I will say, yeah, no, there are people there that are fans of America Chavez. Like, it's not a lot of people, but they're there. I knew them before.
I know Jay didn't like the portrayal, but I don't even think he's a fan.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
I you know, got into her back when she joined the Young Avengers.
Okay.
Like, she was my fave. She was the one that tried to real talk Loki into not being an asshole. Like, it didn't stick.
Oh, no.
Right,
but I mean, it's Loki.
Mm-hmm. So, you know, I mean, and like, I've known people before even the movie was coming out and whatnot that, like, America Chavez was a character that they enjoy and that they follow. Like, you know, I knew people that were reading Ultimates only because she was in it, which is crazy because it's like there are a lot of great characters in Ultimates, but yeah. So, yeah. How did you all feel about Scarlet Witch actually being the villain? And did you all know that was going to be the case going in?
We had some idea because, you know, I did that on the news story here.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, I didn't think they'd go all the way like this. I thought it's one of those halfway through the movie, the Mephisto shows up, and now they have to team up and take out the real villain of the story. But no, they went full force with it, and I even don't mind the resolution. Like the way I get she got real talked into not being bad anymore, as Jay would say it.
I didn't.
Yeah. Go ahead, Alphonse.
Oh, I didn't know about it just because in my head I didn't think Disney would do something like that, where they already had marketed her so much to being a good character. I didn't know that they were gonna. Disney would want to make that switch and be like, no, she's a bad guy. And then at the end, I missed whatever good Scarlet Witch told our Scarlet Witch. Like, I didn't hear it properly what she said. So I was like, I'm pretty sure that was something deep right there that I missed enough to change her mind. And then later on, my wife went to see the movie again. She told me what she said, and I was like, damn, that was deep. I wish I'd have caught it the first time.
Yeah. No, but I don't think it was you, though. It was like, it sounded like the line wasn't delivered great or something, because I know I had to ask myself when, I turned to Derek, like, what did she say? Like, like,
All this
The audio
whisper
was
talking in
mixed,
movies.
Yeah.
Say again?
She did the Twilight whisper. Like,
That's one of the
Yeah, I
things
don't
I
know.
hate about movies nowadays. I hate all that whisper talk. It happened a lot in the Batman movie, and I was like, do I need to turn on closed captions? Because I'm already at 100% volume, I feel.
Yeah. But no, I honestly didn't think that they would make her like the villain. And, it definitely leads me to believe, like, I guess she's like done, huh? Like, I mean, I guess
Nah,
like she might.
She's got a 6-year contract she just signed.
She just signed a 6-year contract?
Yeah.
That starts with what?
Was gonna get season 2.
I'm guessing with Multiverse of Madness.
Whoa, okay. That's interesting. So
I kind of had a feeling she was gonna be the villain. Not the feeling, but it didn't surprise me. I guess because at the end of WandaVision, it didn't seem like she's like, oh, maybe what I did was really wrong, and I shouldn't do this. Like I'm like, oh my god, she's up to something. Like if not a villain here, at the end of this, she'd be really hard and really want to do the no more mutants.
See, but I feel like at the end of WandaVision, I do feel like she's repentant of what she did and huh?
I'm like, that's because you're dumb.
Like, I'm just like, it comes across to me like
she went to Mount Wundagore. Like,
well, she didn't go to Mount Wundagore.
Yeah, she did.
No, she didn't. Like, we know where Mount Wundagore is now.
But that's the other dimension, Mount Wundagore, not where she was.
So you're saying that where she was before is Mount Wundagore too?
Right. Or no.
Look, yeah, exactly. That's our reality is where she went.
Yeah.
Or the main MCU reality.
Yeah,
so that's not Mount Wundagore.
616. No, because in the movie they went to a different dimension, Mount Wundagore.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they did. You need to watch.
Yeah,
they need to watch it like
no, they
5
didn't.
times.
That's why he's willing to Dead Strange.
Yeah,
whose body.
But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's like she takes the Darkhold, and they don't explain to us at the end of WandaVision exactly why she chooses to take it, but she uses it, and based on what we saw in this movie, it makes it seem as though it corrupted her. Or at least that was my take. But I know that, some people felt different. Like, some people felt like they didn't do a good enough job making it known that the Darkhold corrupts people. But I'm just like, I feel like they say it like
they say it in the movie, and that's the implication of Third Eye on Strange, is that he's corrupted now.
Right, but like that's my whole thing, where like they say it in the movie multiple times, and then they give you an entire character study of a Doctor Strange who uses the Darkhold and gets corrupted by it. And so, and it's like every time, like in the end, like that was Home Chick's whole oh man, like I'm forgetting all the names now. What's Rachel McAdams' character's name?
Christine,
thank you. Like that was Christine's whole thing about him using the Darkhold. She's like, no, you're like, she's like, it's gonna corrupt you. Like you strangers are all the same, right? Like, So I'm just like, like I don't understand what it is that makes people feel like they're like, oh, they just erased her character arc from WandaVision, as much as like, it's like, no, she was using the book and it messed her up. But
yeah, it's the grief from WandaVision that led her to use the book that corrupted her for this movie, right?
But that's the thing, like
it does. I'm saying it doesn't erase anything from WandaVision. It just continues.
Yeah, and I guess, like I said, it's like they don't really tell, or at least what I should say is this, is in this movie, what they would have us believe is that the reason she started using the Darkhold was because she wants her kids back, or a version of her kids back. And so, I mean, and I can somewhat understand that, even though it's like technically the kids weren't real, right? So it's kind of like, there's a part of me that is kind of like, okay, I can see that as a motivation, but why the kids as opposed to like maybe like Vision, who we know is real,
and it's out there somewhere, chilling
right?
while this is going down.
Well, I mean, her plan was to get the power to go into the other universe and take over the life of another version of herself, which maybe, I mean, if they got the kids, maybe there's a Vision there.
Well, they didn't show us any visions.
Do they have to? I mean, where'd the kids come from?
I mean, they could be somebody.
Could be somebody else.
Vision. They came from, the Visions.
No, in WandaVision, they were immaculately concepted by her own reality working thing.
Yeah, after they boned, they told.
Yeah, but that's like saying, oh, okay, I got a turkey baster. The turkey baster's the father.
Okay. Look, I'm sure there's a turkey baster in that world too. Then
genetically, it's not going to be that.
I'm not saying they're genetically hers. I'm just saying there was a Vision, and whatever happened in her universe happened in that universe.
He just got the hormones going. That's all.
What's Tiger Claw talking about?
He says, "What do you think of MCU now officially being 616? We got 616 comics and movie 616." And I don't agree with that.
Yeah,
like I think they CW'd the shit up. It's like every whatever you're watching when they're doing multiverse shit is Earth Prime. Whatever show they do it on is the main Earth. They all think they're the main Earth.
Right.
People were freaking out because that's what Mysterio called it when they thought he was from another dimension. He's like, "Oh, this is 616. I'm from whatever." And everybody's like,
"Who did when
Spider-Man meets Mysterio?"
And Far From
he
Home.
tells them all the universe.
Got you.
He says, "This is Universe 616," and everybody thought, "Well, it's a joke because he's not really from another dimension." And then you get this movie and like, "Oh, you're in Universe 616," and it was like, "Whoa, where's Mysterio from then? What's going on?"
Yeah, I don't like. I agree. Like, it just kind of doesn't matter to me, just because, like, each Earth will have its own numbering system.
Right.
So it's like, if we call our own Earth 616, then that kind of makes it like the official.
Why would anybody call themselves 616? Why wouldn't you be one?
That's the thing I told Mose about.
Yeah,
but we were walking out of the theater.
I feel like in the Marvel,
at least CW had to do that. I think, like CW did that. Like we're Earth Prime, but we know that's not Earth Prime because nobody punched the wall of reality here.
There it is. That's why.
It's time for Moses to be the one that punches reality.
Hey, look, America Chavez punched through 4 realities at once.
It's true. That was cool. Like the way her powers looked, at least, was good.
Except for the star thing, that was kind of corny.
You're so silly. Like the stars. That's what she looks like in the comic.
That's why I don't read the comics. That's why I love her here, because I didn't give a shit about her in the comics.
It's like, well, okay.
So here you give a shit about her?
I mean, from here on in the movies, yeah. I'm not gonna go.
So
I want a pizza ball.
Pizza ball does sound good. Yeah, it does sound good. How'd y'all feel about Benedict Cumberbatch's performance as Doctor Strange?
He's good.
And look,
every time we see Doctor Strange, he's gonna be protecting some kid, huh?
It's Strange Academy. He's starting Strange Academy.
Damn it! All these movies about some old dude protecting a kid are really just it's getting too much.
Wait, did he protect a kid in the last one?
In No Way Home, he was
he wasn't
he was Spider-Man's new mentor. Now
he was fighting him at one
old
point.
man.
He wasn't protecting him at all in No Way Home.
In fact, he did everything fucked up for him.
It's like
as a father should.
They were in the same room. I mean, but that's not the same thing as protecting, right?
Spider-Man kept messing up his spell.
Yeah,
right, but that's
what children do when their dad's trying to work.
Yeah,
they keep
always bothering the dad.
Up, and then after that, he's got to chase him around with a belt. And sometimes you end up over the Grand Canyon for 12 hours. It happens. We've all been through this. Not like it's illegal.
Well, I didn't grow up with a dad, and I don't have kids, so I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
I mean,
when your dog comes and bothers you,
hey, I love that. Like, come here.
So, but no, I think he did a good job, and I liked the arc of the character in this movie. It was, interesting, like watching him learn how to have a little less control.
I like his zombie acting. I think it's good when you could play a serious role, and then at the same time they're like, all right, now in this part of the movie you have to talk like this with your jaw kind of open. And he did a good job of that.
Yeah, I agree.
Some people are starting to speculate that Dormammu is another strange variant because Cumberbatch voiced him.
That's a bad idea.
On the ground,
I didn't want to break it to him about Clea.
Yeah.
And why that would totally be wrong.
Yeah. But I'm saying, like, how can Dormammu be a strange variant if he lives in the same reality as Strange?
He's in another reality. He's in another dimension.
A dimension of that.
Another dimension. Yeah, another dimension isn't the same as a reality.
You act like Marvel knows these things.
Oh Lord. Okay. Right. Right. You're right. We're right. 25 movies in, we're gonna be like, man, these guys don't know what they're doing.
40 years of comics that say that.
Tell you, next movie, Clea's gonna be like, oh, I fell in love with you, and then you got really dark, took over the whole dimension, and renamed yourself Dormammu.
Makes sense. What's Tiger Claw saying?
So, go ahead.
No, you go.
No, you go.
No.
Somebody go.
Allow me. Go ahead. Be my guest.
Tiger Claw says, what did you guys think of all the horror bits? That was pure Sam Raimi. There was some Evil Dead Easter eggs.
I really wanted to mispronounce Sam Raimi because he misspelled it.
You could just look it up.
No, but it's Sam Raimi. He said Sam Raimi right there. But I like Sam Raimi more or less. Like, he pissed me off with Spider-Man 3. And I did mean to apologize to him on Twitter after I told him to go fuck himself like 13 years ago or something on Twitter. But I didn't.
He's been harboring.
I haven't thought about it to this day. He still has it in his thoughts.
Well, no, he's like, yeah, how you gonna like this, Moses?
At the end of the credits, it says, fuck you, Moses.
Yeah.
Right after the special thanks. It's like, and an F you to Moses.
Fuck you, Moses.
Special
Twitter handle, Moses Magnum.
Yeah.
Damn, that would be hilarious if that was something that got included in movie credits. Damn. But, yeah, were there Evil Dead Easter eggs? Like
Yeah, the hand thing was
Yeah.
Evil Dead thing. He's
Okay.
got that Ash's car. He puts in all his movies at some point.
Yeah.
It's little things like that. It's nothing major.
But it's nothing
okay.
it's not impacting story or anything, so it doesn't matter. It's just
Because
cool.
Bruce
Like,
Campbell?
if your fan is cool, yeah, Bruce Campbell, like
Yeah. Bruce Campbell's an Easter egg.
Yeah.
honestly,
That was great.
I really, I could have done without any Easter eggs, but they're fine. If I didn't catch all of them, I'm good. I don't want
That's fair.
my chocolate and my peanut butter mix.
How did you
also
all
asking
feel?
what you thought about the horror aspects?
Yeah, I like
I
that.
liked it.
That's I mean, but Tiger Claw, you've been listening to 15 years. What the fuck you think I think about that horror thing? I love it.
Hey, he's
I like the little
producing.
breakups of horror, you know?
Yeah.
Felt like we're gonna sprinkle some comedy. All right, here's some sprinkles of horror. All right, we're
Yeah.
gonna sprinkle some action. And I'm like,
Some horror
I'm here
comedy.
for it. Yeah, let's go.
And that's kind of when I said the game was like 4 movies. That's kind of because even like genre, little actiony, little comedy, little child endangering adventure. Yeah.
For me, my favorite was when good Wanda is looking at the picture and it stares back at her.
Yeah.
I was like, yes, that's it. Thank you. Price of admission that someone else paid for. Thanks, Moses.
You're
So
welcome.
do you guys think what's his name? John Krasinski is gonna actually take that role? Or you think that was just fan service?
I think it was just fan service, but he might, if they offer it to him, I think now he might, because
The rumor is that the guy that was gonna direct the Fantastic Four movie dropped out. So he's a good director, so people want him to direct and act in it.
yeah. Who knows? I mean,
What's he direct?
That movie where you can't make any noise.
Yeah.
Oh, A Quiet Place? That was Krasinski?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Quiet Place too. And
Oh, wow.
it's him and his wife in the first one, and the second one is just his wife, but he's directing.
Mm.
He shows up a little bit. I think they show how he dies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't
They
seen A
probably
Quiet
dies.
Place 2. Man, that's spoilers, Oz. What the fuck you doing? I haven't
The
seen A Quiet
spoilers
Place.
right on the thing.
But for Doctor Strange, not for Quiet Place 2. You just ruined my shit.
Don't watch it. It's not worth it.
Yeah, now I'm like, I was hoping he wasn't in it.
I would love it if this is all if they show Fantastic Four and
Yeah.
X-Men and all that. I would love it if this is it. Then they never bring it up again. Doctor Strange never was like, oh, there were some mutants in that universe. Do we got mutants here? And someone goes, no. Where would they be
No.
the entire time? Did
What
they
do you
not see
mean?
the giant fight with Thanos? Where were they? Yo, fuck mutants.
Oh, dude. That's funny.
I did want to ask you guys about that fight scene with Scarlet Witch
Mhm.
and Peggy Carter and Photon. Did anyone else notice that? Like,
Why you call her Photon?
I don't remember what her name is.
Captain
Marvel.
Captain Marvel.
Okay. Well, I'm more familiar with Photon. I'm sorry. Like,
Look, I'm just saying, man. Like, I'll be throwing shade at the black people, man. I'm like the chick introduced herself, or she got introduced as Captain Marvel. You want to photon her? Okay, I see what you do. I see what you like. Go ahead, Jay. Continue,
I
please.
forgot.
But yeah,
No, but
He was
did anyone
medicated too.
Did anyone else notice or think it was a little weird, like that they killed off the men just so the women could have that fight?
Yeah, but that's Disney Marvel for you.
I
they
think
have to have that girl power moment.
Yeah.
I think he
They
should.
did it in Infinity War also, or Endgame.
Wait,
I think
Endgame and Infinity War.
Captain Marvel shouldn't have been a quick death. I'm fine with them fighting. I think Peggy Carter should have been quicker.
y'all are ridiculous. You know that? Like it. Y'all worked so hard to mess around and make it feel like they were like, oh, there's no good reason for any of this stuff to happen. It's like, dude, she killed Black Bolt first because he's the most dangerous one.
Black Bolt killed himself. Dude's gone all his life knowing not to speak, and his mouth is erased, and suddenly he's gonna say something. Like now I got something to say that I got no mouth.
Wouldn't you freak out if your mouth disappeared?
She takes him out first because he's the biggest threat, right? Then Reed Richards is literally standing right in front of her. Right? I mean, I think he does maybe he does try to stretch at her or something, right? He attacks her first.
Yeah, because that's after Black Bolt dies.
So she kills him next. That leaves the two ladies.
So you're saying the ladies just stood there and watched their homies die,
and then
do shit.
And then the last person, and then the last person to die is actually Professor X, right?
Which that should have been a longer thing. I really
but it's the last person to die, right?
I want to see like Legion where they start dancing at each
other. But answer the question: is that the last person to die?
It's because he's handicapped. That's why.
Yeah.
That is the last guy to die, right?
They didn't want to joke around about him not being able to run away.
So I'm just saying, y'all messing around and doing backflips to make it seem like they're doing some old girl power stuff when realistically the last person to die is a man, and it doesn't even matter. It's like it's a good reason for all this stuff to happen.
Says something and you put it on all of us. I just think
Marvel, they got him there. They did it in Endgame. I just want y'all to think sometimes. That's all. Just think a little instead of just going with it. Like, dude, think it through.
Nah, look, if you want me to think something through, tell it to me in the pre-production text, not on the air.
You're gonna make them spit out.
Larry's gonna have a rainbow patch and a love is love patch next week.
That's what I'm gonna do. Right, next week I'm going full woke. Love is love.
Yeah, super woke.
Yeah, you're kind of like emphasizing my point. It's like Black Bolt, one hit kill. Black Bolt, one hit kill. Mr. Fantastic, one hit kill. Fight with the ladies, and then Professor X, one hit kill.
Look, she got Peggy Carter in one hit too.
No, Peggy Carter got a lot of shots.
Jumped around a lot.
They were hand to hand for a while.
I'll say she didn't. Look, she only hit her one time, and it sliced her in two. She only hit her one time. It sliced her in two.
Yeah, but she hit her. Like,
but did you not like that scene though?
Like, there was not only one hit. What?
Did you not like that scene at all, or did it turn you off all the way? Or
no, I just noticed it.
Oh,
like,
okay.
I love the fight scene. I love the kills.
Yeah.
Like even Black Bolt, which was disturbing. Like I didn't like how that looked. But
I think I'm gonna run that question. I'm gonna run that question by our followers at Truth Social.
Yeah, Professor X, you know I love a good neck snapping.
Yeah.
Right. So I did love it. I just thought it was interesting. I noted that was what happened.
I mean, I guess my
that was Monica Rambeau. Thank you. I had forgotten.
It's not Maria Rambeau.
Maria. Sorry, I don't have my glasses on because of the glare. So it's harder for me to read the comments.
I'm just saying, like, why are we like saying like, hey, do you think it was weird that they let these women have a moment to fight each other?
I said it's not weird.
In a like the star of the movie's a dude. Like he's the guy on the screen like 95% of the time.
Of all,
I didn't say it's weird.
Stars in the movie is not a dude.
Huh?
The star of the movie is not a dude. She's literally making stars everywhere she goes.
Oh, jeez.
But Larry, I said it was normal. I didn't say it was weird.
Am I bad that when she snapped Professor X's neck, I was thinking, so now he's fully paralyzed?
That's hilarious. This fool didn't die. He's just like friggin' from the neck down. He's done. He's like, damn it, my body. Huh?
It was the
I didn't like the
wheelchair.
No. I agree with Jay. It's too high. It comes.
And it's too small. Like
it wasn't too small, Jay.
It's a super tight fit. Like
it bugged me that it didn't hover.
He had elbow room.
It didn't hover?
But he kind of didn't, though. That's what I'm saying. Like, his arms were outside of the thing. Like, it was, like, tight on him. Like...
It was like a sleeping bag made out of metal.
Yeah.
It was like Patrick Stewart had, like, little green footies on. He just had to, like, crawl down and be like, okay, let me... So that's how they made the hover.
Crocs.
They literally had to temporarily paralyze him to get his legs in it.
Tiger Class, if we noticed the X-Men theme when he showed up, yes.
Actually, my wife pointed that out, and I didn't even notice it. I was just like,
"Oh no!"
You know, they played the Avengers.
I met that guy
when Peggy Carter showed
I served him a drink.
Oh man, yeah. No, but and it is a very nitpicky kind of thing because I know that I was looking at when he came out, and I was like, oh, that chair is like riding too high up on his chest, like, you know, because it's like, you know, it's like a regular chair, like in the cartoon. It's like, you know, you can see basically his torso, but in the it's almost like how my thing is on the screen. Like, I feel like the chair would be right here. Like, I'm just like, okay.
If I get that action figure, it's gonna be a hard time getting him in and out.
That might be true. Yeah. Look, they got a kick butt Marvel Legends version of Professor X in that wheelchair already, though. That
can we get a Marvel Legends of that Illuminati?
After the
like
fight.
When you say that, do you mean like, can you have like a version of each one of those characters?
Yeah,
as a Marvel Legend.
A Marvel Legends like of Illuminati.
I think they have all of them.
No, like branded for this movie. Like,
listen, don't be surprised if the 5-pack doesn't come out, or the 5-pack comes out sooner than later, because it would be easy work because they have all those characters except for maybe a version like of Mr. Fantastic like that.
All they have to do is just repaint some of them a little bit, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
I'm still not gonna buy it, but I want to see
it. You want the options.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the ramifications of this movie on the future of the MCU. What are y'all thoughts? Like, how do you feel about it? Oz, you have any thoughts in regards to what comes next?
I think I've heard other people say this, and I'm starting to agree that this is how they're gonna introduce the mutants. They're gonna do some kind of secret war things in the amalgam world that's gonna it's gonna crisis. I hate to say it this way because it's Marvel. It's gonna crisis a new world.
That's a fair way to say it.
Infinite.
Yeah, where the mutants are now gonna be their new history, whatever. Yeah, I think this is the way they're going about it.
Mm-hmm.
Which it kind of makes it makes sense. They're so far into this MCU world. To add mutants and Fantastic Four, I think it was important to have them in a movie like this where you see, okay, there were mutants in the universe. There is a Fantastic Four team somewhere, and you figure out a way to collapse the universe in on itself where you can have these characters come in.
They could just do the Hunger.
Like whatever. What did they call it when
Hunger, like the thing that killed the Ultimate Universe?
That's what I was gonna say. When the Ultimate Universe merged with the 616, whatever Marvel called that is what I'm expecting to come from this.
It was Secret Wars. Oh, it wasn't Secret Wars.
Ultimate Wars 2, right?
Well, it wasn't the Secret Wars, but on because since they had two universes going, they had to have one universe have the initial crisis part so that they could be refugeed in a sense, and then it happened all around, right? Because
I mean, it. Oh, go ahead.
When when Secret Wars happened right after the Hunger for the Ultimate, right?
I don't think so. I could be wrong about that because I feel like they ended. I thought they ended the Secret Wars. I mean, the Ultimate Universe, before we got to the that ended before we got to, what ended up being basically like Time Runs Out, which was like kind of like the lead up to what was Secret Wars 2015. So it's like they did like the ending event for the Ultimate Universe, I think, but it was technically still there, wasn't it?
I don't know. I didn't read that shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm asking you.
I'm
'cause
pretty
you
sure.
read that. Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure that it was still there, and then just like Oz was saying, they basically when the incursions, basically the same thing that they were talking about in the movie, like in the comics, the incursions started happening, and you have reality, like two realities beginning to touch, with Earth being the focal point, and then
That's after his neck snap. That's his new chair.
oh, see, like once the Earth's touch, that's when the either the two realities just get destroyed, or you can destroy one of the Earths, and the other reality gets to survive. And so that's basically what the incursions are, and that's why it becomes like all kind of crazy, because you have like people that are supposed to be heroes having to make like these hard calls, because you have like the heroes of one planet trying to save their Earth versus the heroes of another planet trying to save their Earth, and they can't, they don't know what the right thing to do is, because it's either both of them go or one of them go. So yeah, what's Tycho say?
I finally got through to him. He
What'd
says
he say?
even if they do Secret Wars, don't expect it to be like the comics. No shit.
Well, I mean,
Oh, you don't think we'll get a battle world?
listen, yeah, I can't I can't imagine all that, but that's the crazy part about this whole thing. Like, yeah, I can speak more to that, but let me ask, like, because I know Alphonse and Jay, I want to know too what you all feel about like the future after the after Multiverse of Madness. So Alphonse, why don't you go first, and then Jay.
Like I said, I think it'll be better if this is just how they leave it. If this is just how they show off Fantastic Four and the mutants, but that's just me personally. I know that the biggest thing that talks is money.
Yeah.
And once they find out that, wait a minute, we can make X-Men money, I think that's gonna introduce. I do think they're gonna do like maybe one more tease like this, like because the first one was with Quicksilver and the whole boner whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Now you have Professor X and the Illuminati. I think we're gonna have one more tease, something like, I'm thinking something to do with like Hugh Jackman with Wolverine, like something teasy like this, before they officially say, all right, now we're gonna bring in the X-Men. I'm hoping they at least make a Fantastic Four movie before they introduce the Fantastic Four, if they are gonna do something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I want to know where Vision is in all this. Like, this is supposed to be two characters that love each other unconditionally. I want Vision to come back and be like, either what happened, or he's just gonna stand at the top of that mountain and be like, what a shame.
He found out she's got kids and was like, I'm out.
Yeah. He's like, I ain't raising another guy's kids.
Jay, what about you, man?
I'm not sure. It seems like they might be trying to do like an A-Force thing.
A-Force? Where'd you get A-Force from?
Well, they have the She-Hulk movie coming up. They've got America introduced in this movie. It's like, it feels like they're putting the pieces together.
I was seriously thinking Young Avengers before A-Force.
Yeah.
That's possible. I mean, there are a few puzzle pieces to do a Young Avengers.
I mean, those
I
kids
think if they do Secret Wars, then they'll try to get an A-Force movie or show out of that.
Jay's like, the woke agenda is in full effect. They're only doing Secret Wars to get to A-Force. That's it. and mutants.
Hopefully. Like, I love A-Force. A-Force is amazing.
Really? You like A-Force like that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Well, hey,
Jay's
that's
woke.
fair. Jay's woke. I keep
am
forgetting. Jay wears "Love Is Love" on both sleeves. Yeah. It's interesting. What I will say, or actually, you know what? Let me ask this question too, because I'm like, obviously, there's a lot of questions that the movie kind of leaves you with, especially for people like ourselves. That
I don't get to talk about the ramifications.
oh, didn't you? I thought you did.
No, it's all right. Go
I
ahead.
thought you didn't care.
No, go ahead.
No, Larry didn't care. No, go ahead. Next question.
No, I'm sorry, Mo. I thought you did. I apologize. Like you might have jumped in for somebody else. I apologize. Go for it.
Oh, now it's my fault. No, I honestly, I don't really know. I don't care what they do at this point. It's like this is where I get my Marvel hero shit now. I don't read no Marvel comics. I just watch the movies.
You need to be reading
I need
the
to be reading
Turtles.
shit. Nah,
The Turtles, man. I keep telling you, you're gonna miss out.
the
So
Turtles.
good.
The turtles are great.
Eternals.
Eternals.
Turtles.
I ain't
think
reading
the
no
last
fucking
book of
Turtles.
Last Ronin just came
No,
out.
Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Read The Last Ronin.
Yeah.
I actually got the
yeah.
Ninja Turtles free comic book day comic somewhere here.
Cool. Look, we can talk about that in just a moment because like we do need to transition soon. So, speaking of, like how you said, Alphonse, you hope they do Fantastic Four movie before they mush everything together. Do you
Yeah.
feel like people, or when you say that, what is what you would want? Like, I understand you're saying it's the Fantastic Four's movie, but does that mean like you want it to be like a movie with only the Fantastic Four in it? You don't want any other superheroes in it? Like you want it to be more akin to like the Fantastic Four movies we've gotten in the past?
Well, it's mostly just because I feel like with the X-Men movies, they could just say, "Oh, remember those X-Men movies before?" Yeah, just that. But with the Fantastic Four movies, I feel like it would be their moment to kind of clean up the old Fantastic Four movies, like
Mm-hmm.
have people forget about the Chris Evans as Human Torch, and get rid of Fan Four Stick, and just have a fresh new mind for Fantastic Four, because I feel like the X-Men movies are looked upon more favorably. So if you say,
That's
"Hey,
true.
this Patrick Stewart that just died is the same Patrick Stewart from the X-Men movies you've seen before," I feel like that like people would make that connection in their brain and would actually want to make that connection in their brain.
Mm-hmm.
Whether with the Fantastic Four, I feel like not a lot of people like what happened before.
Mm-hmm.
So it would also give them an opportunity to refresh it in people's heads. And it would also I feel like the Fantastic Four do have enough story in with the four characters,
Mm-hmm.
where with say something with X-Men, I feel like you would have to bring a lot of characters for X-Men. Like once you show the school, you're looking at like 10 to 50 X-Men plus in the background.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm trying to say.
Gotcha. Interesting. Like, I would be shocked if they do movies for the people that are not in the MCU right now, separate and apart before they put everybody together. But it's possible. You never know. Because I mean, technically, you could do it. So,
I think Fantastic Four is the easiest one to do because just like we already understand the quantum universe a little bit, how people get lost in it before we even knew they existed, and other people know who they are. Like they just never brought them up. Like they could do something like that. Like they were out. Sorry, I'm watching Eurovision. you know, they could just do something like, oh, they're all fighting a nihilist and got stuck, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and then you know it happened in the 40s. That's part of like what would have been, you know, the last season of Agent Carter, yeah, or whatever, you know.
Wait, oh, you're talking about like that as like a story that shows like how they got into the universe?
Like they just been missing because they got stuck fighting a nihilist in like the 60s, you know.
That's where they were all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, see, but you know, I don't like so do you feel like that's how when they do put everything together, that's how it's gonna work?
I'm saying Fantastic Four is the easiest one to do. Like they can do that. Not anybody else. It won't work for anybody else. They already it even like they did that with fucking Captain Marvel and it was terrible. It came out terrible. But with Fantastic Four it could work. Yeah.
And so you feel okay. And you don't think like you don't think it was fine that Captain Marvel was gone all that time?
I mean, it's just the whole thing with the eye, and that's how he got his eye all fucked up and all that. Like that to retcon a bunch of shit to make that just to do the eye thing. You know, it was sloppy. That shit wasn't clean. Like with the Fantastic Four, it would be a lot cleaner and a lot easier. That's all I'm saying. You know my feelings on Captain Marvel. Was a shit movie, so it's like I don't need to go through that review again. So
no, I wasn't trying to say anything about the movie. I'm just talking about
that execution is like they can do essentially that story how they got lost, and that would be your movie. They've always been here. You just don't see them, you know.
Okay. All right. Well, look, you all ready to rate it, or does anybody got anything else they want to say about the movie before we do that? All right.
5 out of 5.
Let's do it. Okay.
The more you know.
Right, exactly. Alphonse, what would you rate Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness?
I would give it honestly a 5 out of 5. Yeah.
Cool. Oz, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of in the Multiverse of Madness. I'm sorry.
3.5. It's worth watching. If you have a Disney subscription, then you can wait. You need to go see it in theaters.
Okay.
But it's good. You know, it's enjoyable. It's fun. Whatever. It's a Marvel movie, I guess.
You're still waiting on this good DC movie.
I know. I think I feel bad. I was like, oh.
The Batman was good.
Time.
I got the Batman.
Jay, how would you rate Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness?
I would give it a 3.
Okay.
Like America Chavez was wrong. I didn't like it. How they did her. Like it reminded me of Birds of Prey, where it's like you have this one character that you're calling one thing, even though she's like completely opposite from the character from the book. It's like,
I was trying to think of what character he was referring to, but it could be any character in that movie.
Right.
I thought he was talking about the TV show at first.
No, the movie where Cassandra, she's a little Asian girl in the cast, and she talks. And it's like, no, she should be mute and an assassin.
And she can't tie her shoes.
Yeah, it's...
You know, if you watch that
they're just
movie,
handing out names to different characters, and they just don't understand or don't care about getting the characters right.
They just want to put the name out there, so when somebody says it, the people in the theater are like, they said it. That's the so and so.
Yeah, which is fine for when it's a character I don't care about. But if it's a character I do care about, then it sucks.
You gotta watch Birds of Prey again, Jay, but with no sound.
The movie or the show?
Yeah, The movie.
Okay, I can do that.
It's actually a good movie with no sound. Like, you don't have to pay attention to the story or anything. It's actually really good.
Okay. I'm definitely not watching the show again. That was too hard. That was so bad. Fucking half metahuman.
Wait, nobody talks about that Harley Quinn.
Yeah. Mo, what would you rate Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness?
I had a blast watching it, man. It's 5 out of 5.
There it is.
It sucks we didn't get the popcorn vessel.
I know.
It was a popcorn vessel?
That was actually my favorite part of the movie, was Mo's reaction to not being able to get the popcorn vessel.
What is it, the metal bucket thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a square bucket.
Yeah.
With runes on it.
What happened?
I basically asked the lady for like 2 popcorn vessels, and she's like, "Oh, we're sold out." And I'm like, "Oh man, like that sucks." And Mo's like, "Yeah, we're sad nerds."
I was gonna say that's a great part of the movie too. Like watching a movie with Fantastic Forum was awesome.
Man,
I like because I'm a big fan of Larry's laugh, and when it blows up inside a movie theater, I think it's hilarious to me personally.
Holy crap! This thing is amazing.
Are you thinking the popcorn vessel?
Yes.
Share the screen. Share the screen, because I didn't even know that was a thing.
Hold on.
That's Alphonse's new ringtone.
But imagine that in like a semi-quiet movie theater. Down there.
Hey,
that is contagious.
Did you guys hear that George Perez died?
Oh,
hold on.
dude.
This is a sweet popcorn.
Oh, I thought you were going to play the sound after that.
I thought he was too. I was like, oh, don't do that.
No, he died.
We know. See, Mo, why?
It's you laughing.
Yeah, but I'm not laughing.
He's trying to cause beef.
Yeah.
Can we show the popcorn vessel? Oh, get out of here! Really? Yeah. So when did they sell? I didn't see anybody in the theater with those.
No, they sold out like 5 o'clock.
They sold out at an earlier show.
Yeah.
Damn.
Like,
that's very cool.
Earlier show, and like everyone bought them.
Yeah,
and that makes impressive sense too, because it was like $25.
Yeah.
Wow,
but
that's very cool.
I didn't even know anything either.
There was like advertised, and on the menu board they showed it. And I was like, yeah, I want to get that. Like, and then Mo saw it. He's like, yeah, let's get them. And then it's like, oh, we sold out.
We're sad.
We're sad.
I was sad that the Batman bucket was sold out, but now I'm angry that I didn't even know this bucket existed.
I'd rate Doctor Strange 4 out of 5. It was good. Huh?
I didn't know we were still talking about that. I was talking about popcorn.
You'll find it on eBay in like a day or two.
I'm looking right now.
It won't have popcorn in it.
I can make popcorn. No, that's fine.
Yeah, fuck that. You can't put that in the microwave.
You got to put it for the exact time of 1 minute and 46 seconds. It only works for that exact time.
You all.
Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead, Alphonse.
Because I was gonna say my goodbyes. Thank you for having me on the podcast. Always nice.
Thanks for calling in, man. Yeah, always a blast, man.
Can't wait for the next time, whatever it's gonna be. I guess Thor: Love and Thunder's next.
Yeah.
I think it's next month.
It collapses. Sorry, I'm gonna have to
that's okay, guys.
Mo automated my job. Damn it! They're taking my gerbs. I don't know what am I supposed to do on the show now.
It might be worth the $70. Put the screen on. So this is the bucket. All right, so look at this.
It has a
lid.
It
collapses.
Oh shit!
Into like
That's very cool.
look
into
at,
the Book of Ashanti.
I could have that like sitting right here and put my drink on it, and then when I want popcorn, I snap my fingers and poof, it does that.
You snap your fingers.
It might be worth the $70. Okay, I'm gonna share this now.
That's a lot of money for a popcorn.
Yeah.
bucket.
It's a cool bucket though. It's not just a
It is.
bucket. Like if it didn't collapse,
wonder-
right now.
I wonder
That's
if they'll
where
have
you
them at Disneyland.
They better not. That'd be some bullshit.
Well, Disneyland has signature popcorn buckets, like collectible buckets that they do all the time.
Yeah, but I don't want to go to Disneyland.
I'm not asking you to.
Like, why not?
I'm just
Disneyland
wondering.
is fun
No, it's for kids and pedophiles.
You crazy?
and fun.
Like spoken
I
like a
didn't hear
man that's
no.
spoken like a man that's never been on the Star Wars ride.
I haven't been to Disneyland since I was 12 years old, and that's how it should
Well,
stay.
look, listen, okay, well, okay, feel how you want to. I'll take your spot on the Star Wars ride.
Yeah. Go ahead. Next to that guy that's eyeing you, asking you how old you are.
Right. He's like, what's your name, little boy? I'm like, what?
They call me Little Larry.
You
Yeah,
are young.
man. It's true. I am young indeed. All right. Free Comic Book Day. Y'all ready to talk about that?
Comic book
Review.
comic book
Like review.
well, not like that, but like
All right.
So first off, Amazon Comixology, they fucking blow. Like, instead of having everything, like, they would normally have a banner like Free Comic Book Day, these are the books, like nothing. And then you search Free Comic Book Day 2022, and because their algorithm is so fucked up, it gives you everything that's Free Comic Book Day and everything that's 2022. And so it's impossible to find all the stuff to. Oh my God, it was just fucking awful. Fuck Amazon. Fuck Comixology. This was some bullshit. This was the worst Free Comic Book Day fucking in a very long time.
But you're still a digital comics dude, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm not going to the store and have paper. You know what? I recently got Blue Monday, and I had these for a while, and I lent them to Mo, and Mo lent them to his car, and now it's rigid and yellowed, and it's more board than book.
Wait, we're talking about books?
Yeah.
Yes. And the thing is, that doesn't happen with digital comics. You could leave all your digital comics in your car for fucking forever, and they stay pristine, in pristine condition. And it just, it's worth it to me. Because what am I going to do with it? Blue Monday now. It's all rigid and yellow.
I'm sorry.
No, it's not your fault. It's paper. Paper is
it's paper's fault for being paper. How dare paper like that? I agree.
It is 5,000-year-old technology paper.
Paper needs an upgrade.
They're trying, but Larry's fighting progress. I want my paper comics.
I do.
They actually made a legal pad that's digital.
I've seen that.
Right, I want one.
Yeah.
I need one.
I saw something that looked like a Nook or something that you write on it. It's supposed to feel like you're writing on paper.
Yeah, it is. You can actually flip the screen to write on a separate screen. On the one I saw.
Like, let's make digital paper.
It's really just like that toy with the neon pink where you the vinyl thing, and when you write on it, it's literally that, but $500.
It's strange that I grew up watching Star Trek, and they're always on data pads. They don't use paper; they got data pads. And at work, we're using iPads now, and I'm like, fucking just give me the paper copy. Fuck this thing. I don't want
Yeah.
So Jay, what free comics were you able to get for Free Comic Book Day on Amazon?
I got the one for that terrible Death of the Justice League. I got that one.
Did you read it?
No.
Oh man,
I wasn't sure what we were going to talk about, so I basically just bought. I haven't read anything yet.
He said, so I read nothing. I don't know what you're going to talk about, so I won't read any of it.
Well, the one book I wanted, like, I heard there was an Archie Free Comic Book Day.
Yeah.
And I found the one from 2015.
Right.
Which was Archie meets Riverdale, and I didn't want to read that. Like, no, like, fuck that. But I was looking for that one, and I was going to read that, but I was not able to find it.
Listen,
because like I said, everything with Free Comic Book Day and everything with 2022 was on the search thing, and I was not going to look through all of that.
It's true. It's true. Because, like, I actually went and was looking for the books digitally myself because I didn't get to go to Free Comic Book Day, and it was really hard. I wish I had known you were looking for the Archie because I would have sent you the link because I found it, but I didn't read it.
Me.
Nah. No, I'll send it to you, Jay. What about you, Oz? Did you what'd you check out for Free Comic Book Day?
I didn't get anything.
No, like okay.
I'm not gonna go to the shop. I get my comics through the mail.
Right. Look, that's interesting. Oz's mail order comic book. That's even more old school than me.
Well, after all this time that I've switched to getting them through the mail, I kind of like feel bad if I walk into the comic book shop. Like I never closed my pull list. I just stopped going.
Oh, you ghosted the comic shop.
If they're anything like the comic shop I went to, they don't forgive.
It was
no.
So I could have an excuse, but like we're so far past that now that excuse is gone. I think so. I don't really want to like go there. Like, yeah.
How far is the next comic shop?
He shut it down, right? He had it closed down.
Yeah.
That's a vape shop now. It was a rub and tug for a while. It's a vape shop.
Oh man.
No, there's a couple. I just don't want to go.
That's fair.
That's
fair.
Oh, I don't want to go. Hey, Comic-Con's around the corner.
Yeah, but nobody's going.
I am.
Actually, yeah, you are.
So, Mo, what'd you read for Free Comic Book Day?
What I read or what I got?
What'd you get?
I got Clementine issue 1.
Okay.
And it comes with
oh shit!
Everyday hero Machine Boy, the first look, and Sea Serpent's Heir. This is a Skybound book, I think. And
that's from the game.
Yeah, but it's her Walking Dead like tie-in, I guess, after the game.
Okay.
And then
cool.
Wait, after the game?
I think that's what it is, but I could be wrong. Because if you look at the cover, she's big on it, and then there's like a memory of her with the dude from the game.
He might be talking about the first game.
Who?
There's like 3, right?
Mo. Yeah.
No, I'm talking about. I mean, right here, she's grown on the cover.
Oh, okay.
I haven't read it yet, but I think it's like Look, read it, Jay. You tell me.
I'm gonna
I got
try.
Enemies. I don't know what it is, but I got it anyway because I just grabbed everything they had.
You got what?
Enemies.
Galaxy, everything Enemies,
Oh,
and then I
That's the
got.
Drake comic book.
Is that what it is?
boo!
No,
I
I'm
was
just
about to.
playing.
I was about to.
Because he had a song called "I Got Enemies, I Got Enemies."
Got
That's
Galaxy.
not even a good song. Like, at least you could talk about the good enemy song.
Public Enemy.
No, Imagine Dragons.
But it's not funny if it's Imagine Dragons.
Got Galaxy, the prettiest star. I got
I
the
think I have that one.
guide to collecting comics. I didn't know they're still around, but somehow they made comics about pricing comics, collectible comics.
Oh, wow.
And then, okay, I didn't get this for free or this, but I got Twig. I bought Bloodstained Teeth, and I got A Town Called Terror. So if you subscribe, like, and hit the bell, you'll be notified when I do the reviews for these. I got a TMNT one.
Woo!
I got Bunny Mask Tales.
Man,
I got that one.
Yeah. I got Tracy Last Seen After Midnight.
I got that.
Oh,
Yeah.
is that a free comic book day comic, or they just gave it to
Yeah.
you?
No, it's a free comic.
Okay.
book. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's the thing that Mike was talking to us about last time we went to the shop.
Right.
I got Avengers, X-Men, Eternals, Judgment Day.
Mm-hmm.
I got Spider-Man Venom.
Man, you cleaned up.
I got Dark Crisis.
Mm-hmm.
I got Stranger Things featuring Resident Alien. I got the Inkall Universe, which is something now. This is what I really went for. And I'm glad they had it.
Yeah.
And then I dropped it, so now the corner's all jacked up.
That sucks. That I couldn't find on Comixology.
You got the Three Stooges.
Three Stooges? Who puts that in?
American Mythology Productions.
Oh, okay.
And I got something on one side it says Blackguard, on the other side it says Wand Dance or something. I guess they're from Kodansha. So,
okay.
Yeah. I don't know what they are, but I got them. And then I got Barbaric from Vault Comics, which looks pretty good. So I haven't read it yet. Oh, I got one more. Two more. I got Marvel Voices. And I got, because I'm woke. I assume that's right. And then I got the Bone Orchard Mythos Prelude.
Oh, okay.
That's Jeff Lemire and Andrea Sorrentino's new horror comic. Yeah. As far as what I read The Three Stooges. I read Dark Crisis. I read Spider-Man Venom. I read the Inkall. I read one of the stories in the Inkall, and I did the Stranger Things. Figured that'd be enough to do the show.
How was the Dark Crisis one?
I really liked it, but I still enjoyed the other bad one. So I felt like this should have been that book, and Clayface is in it, and he fights the Flash, which is a pretty interesting. It's scientifically wrong, but it's a good comic book fight.
Does he turn into the Valerie persona?
No, he turns into like Agnes, like this another different persona that's like a museum curator.
That woman's name wasn't Agnes.
She looked like an Agnes.
I think it was like Lisa.
Mm-hmm.
Which I don't know why.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah.
I don't know no Lisa that looked like that.
Hilarious.
Yeah. And I accidentally read Twig. Because I wasn't.
Because you what?
Because it was not a free comic book day one.
Oh, gotcha. Got you. So you accidentally read it, like how you accidentally bought it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
But
did.
yeah.
I read that Dark Crisis book as well, and you
It is
know,
Lisa.
yeah,
It is Lisa.
that's funny. Um, you know, it's like I had mixed feelings about it because like I honestly didn't like the Clayface story, even though it's short though, so I can't knock it so much. I liked because it's if I'm remembering right, it had like basically like three sections to it, right? It had that section,
Yeah.
and then it had like the multiverse story section,
Yeah.
like the creation of the multiverse, and then it had the section that was like
The crisis on the
the
Earth.
yeah, like where they're like that's the section that starts with the memorial, right? With the
Uh,
heroes.
yeah.
Like yeah, I like that story or that part of the book I actually liked. And I was like, okay, like, you know, this is more my speed. Um but the I didn't like the Flash Clayface story, even though the art was really good. Like I liked the art. Like the art throughout the book actually I
Yeah.
enjoyed.
That Clayface looked fucking tight.
Yeah, yeah. The Clayface does look good. Um but you know, I will tell you, man, like and you know, it's like I'm pretty sure the whole book is written by Joshua Williamson, I think,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
so, you know, I'm a fan of his. Like he was cool as a person, and I enjoy reading his work usually. But man, I was sitting here reading this, and I was like, he's really not selling me on Dark Crisis. Like I'm like, it feels like there's not any good reason for any of this stuff to be happening. You know what I'm saying? Like I want it to, I want to like be into it, but every time I read like something and they're like, oh, you have to understand that, you know, basically they're like, Pariah is controlling all the worst bad guys, and the darkness is gonna try to overtake the light, I guess. And I'm like, okay, but that feels like not enough of a premise, which I'm like, oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah. I pretty much like I read it, I enjoyed it as a free comic book day intro to this
Yeah.
thing. And that's how I was judging it. But the story itself, like I like how it turned into like, oh, Lisa's Clayface, and then how Wally West feels about this what's going on, and how that little segment ends.
Yeah.
Okay. It make me. I know it says like it's not selling you on it. For me, it's like if this was my intro to Dark Crisis, I'd be like, okay, when's this coming out? I want to read the first thing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, I guess that's the thing. Like I had the opposite feeling where I'm just like, man, like I feel like the more I read about it, the less interested I get, which is weird because like it's not like I know Joshua Williamson can write.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I don't know.
Image books right now.
He said, does he have 12?
Like 4 of them.
Yeah, no, he has at least a couple.
Yeah.
That like, I don't know. It could be 4, but it's at least 2, I think. So, but yeah. So, it's weird too because I know for me, like there was a part of me that I was reading that first Flash story, and like I said, it didn't hit for me, even though I was like, the art's fantastic, and I'm like, maybe it's just a little too short. But then, like after that, I actually read the Year of Valiant, which is the free comic book like sampler. Why did Valiant?
You know why?
Look, and it's like I was like just basically like, okay, let me just give this a shot because it's like I don't resonate with a lot of Valiant stuff, but But I was just like, like I always like I root for Valiant, and I don't know why. I don't know why. But what I will say is, like, right after that, I read that book, and the first story was a Bloodshot story. That's literally about the same length as that Flash story, and it's a similar kind of premise, except without the kids. So it's literally just like Bloodshot, like fighting one villain, and like it's a fight with just some, a little bit of talking here and there, and then it ends. But man, if it wasn't good, like I was in here like, wait a minute, like I think I want to read this Bloodshot book, and that joint doesn't come out till September. but I was like, oh man, like I like this. Like I'm like I didn't, and that's the thing. Like I'm not what I would call a Bloodshot fan by any means. Like I've read some books in the past, and they haven't resonated with me at all. But this book, I was like, nah, this is actually a cool little story here, and like the art was awesome. And I'm like, if this team is writing this Bloodshot book, I will buy the first issue and see what that's all about. So I was like pleasantly surprised. Nothing else in the book resonated with me like that, though. So I'm just like, say again.
It did its job. It'll get you to buy one.
Yeah.
Valid.
Yeah, absolutely. And so nobody got to read the Judgment Day book, huh? For Marvel.
I was gonna, and then I saw that it was Eternals.
And you're like, nah. Kieran Gillen is writing this event, and he is the person writing Eternals as well. So it would give you like a bit of a taste of what that could be like. So, but yeah, it's whatchamacallit. I enjoyed that book. It was good. It was a nice little taste of things to come. So, and it was interesting.
It's a Marvel.
Well, listen, not all Marvel books are created equal. And plus, also, like, the interesting thing is this book also had like 3 parts to it. And so one part was basically the Avengers part that featured the Eternals. Then the last part was an X-Men part that featured the Eternals. But like, yeah, that's the right way to say it. But the middle part was for what is it? Bloodline, which was for a book coming called Bloodline, which is the daughter of Blade. And yeah, that joint, it didn't do it for me. Like, it almost seems like
female lead.
Oh, please. It doesn't do with a female lead. It has to do with the book kind of had like almost had a YA kind of feel to it, which is kind of wild because like Daughter of Blade, I don't know. That doesn't feel like those two things go together so great, but hey, maybe it's just I'm not the audience. So yeah. But it's interesting stuff. So
one of the books I read that I really enjoyed was the Three Stooges book. And
how was that?
We reviewed one in the past before. When this came out, and it's basically like an anthology of stories, and they just put the Three Stooges in these like wild situations, which is like the serials were, like there's no real continuity, But these guys take it to a different level. Like there's one where it's like kind of meta, like they're trying to get a job in Hollywood, and they're like trying to talk to this like Mr. Bigwig, the head of the studio, to give him a chance. Like, we can do westerns, we can do just how the show did, and that was kind of cool. And it had it had almost like a Mad Magazine or even Playboy comics like art from. I know, Larry, you didn't see those, but that type of art style where it's almost like half painted or. And I got some pictures of it, and then it even has a a musical number in it, and it's like the musical number is just like the width of the page, and it just shows a musical number. It was really well done, and I'm like, man, I gotta give more of these a chance. So like, this is the art style right here. Yeah, it just feels like kind of old Mad Magazine style, you know, and it really fits the comedic tone of this. Yeah, and
You're getting ready to share your screen?
oh shit, I didn't.
No, I'm just sitting here like you're talking about it, but I'm like, we don't see nothing, Mo. I don't know if
you guys are sabotaging me.
I'm just making sure that I'm like, I'm like, is he getting ready to hold something up? I don't see anything. I don't know what's happening. It's like, my eyes aren't that bad where I'm like, I don't see nothing.
So that's the art style right here.
Oh wow!
And they're like, "Oh, we can do a teen rom-com movie," and then they dress like, you know, Grease style on the beach, and then they sing a little beach song, right here. And then let's see here. Hold on, give me 1 second here.
That does look cool.
And then the musical number. No, this is one of the alternate covers for issue 1.
Oh, nice.
I like that cover.
Yeah,
that's very cool.
But let's see. This is the musical number right here.
That's very cool.
Yeah, that one was just really good. Then they have one where they're like a superhero team, the Robotic Stooges, and they're like
robotic.
Yeah, and they're just robots, and they go to like the island of dreams, but it's Dr. Eames, and he's like trying to fuck with people, and, like kind of like a Dr. Moreau type of thing, and but people know that they're cybernetic, and then he's like, "We're not cyborgs, we're robots." It's just, the humor is like, it's kind of there. It's kind of, you can't.
Yeah.
When you hear it in their voices in your head, for me, it worked. But specifically that last story, the one with the good art that I showed you, that one really like did it. And then I guess they have a horror one. It goes through and tells you what they have, and yeah, they have what's it called? Their horror series is called Three Stooges, Monsters and Mayhem. And I'm like, oh, that's interesting. I want to see that. Because I used to like Laurel and Hardy meet Frankenstein and shit. Like, I love that. So, and then they have a Laurel and Hardy Three Stooges crossover here too. Not in this, but they put it out.
Oh, okay.
I enjoyed this one a lot. And then the ink call
sounds awesome. Oh, the ink call is good too?
Yeah, the ink call is a dude that's a filmmaker, a poet, author, comic book author. His name is Jorodowski. He was the guy that was supposed to do Dune, and they made a documentary about it because it never got made. David Lynch ended up making it. So he made a movie called El Topo that was banned everywhere, so you could only see it at there's a rape scene in it. And the director didn't tell the actress that how real it was going to be.
Oh, jeez.
And because he wanted to capture that terror and that,
That's a bad look.
And that's the dude that wrote this, but he was also the actor in the scene,
Oh, dude.
So he was like kind of acquitted, like
not suspicious at all.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
It was enough to get the movie like not played.
Yeah, of course.
But it's a good movie.
What was the movie called?
El Topo. Now you can get. I think Netflix has it, or I know you can buy it on Amazon.
Probably censored.
No, I don't think so. But
well, if he was acquitted, then yeah, probably.
Yeah, but the thing is, people would get bootleg copies and play them in like at midnight showings and shit. That's one of the movies that started the midnight showing, along with the Rocky Horror Picture Show. And that story is real good. And I've been trying to get the Inkall universe stuff, the Meta Barons and all that, and the Inkall itself, because it's him and Mobius teaming up. doing it back in the 80s, but I can only get it in French, and it's like $100, you know. And
Sheesh.
I guess now Taika Waititi is doing the movie, and which I'm excited about. But I want to like now the comics are coming out in English finally. But I've been trying to get my hands on these for like 10 years, and it just doesn't happen. When I find them, like I can't buy them in English, or I have to buy them, but they won't ship to the United States, like from Australia or some shit. So it's a whole thing. But the story itself for the Inkall is a dude that gets thrown into this. He's like a private detective, and he gets thrown into this weird plot because he finds this artifact that can reshape the universe, and then there's all these different civilizations trying to come after him, like kind of like a Fifth Element type. Like Fifth Element is actually like influenced heavy by this, and you know, even like stuff from Blade Runner like was really influenced by the Inkall, and yeah, so it's like I finally get to read something. I've read other of his books that I found online, like bootleg, Son of the Gun, and then there's a El Topo 2 comic that I just found on Comixology, so I'm gonna get that.
What's topo mean?
It's like a groundhog.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, and it's it's an acid western. It's kind of like Pretty Deadly, I guess, would be the closest comic equivalent to that. Like one of those weird westerns, trippy westerns.
Okay.
Yeah. So
yeah,
it's right up my alley. I love that. So I was happy to get this. And then the Stranger Things one is good because it's almost like a prelude to the show coming out, which is something like I didn't realize how much the comics connected, but it also makes reference to the past comics. So I'm like, shit. Okay, I gotta read those too. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think the comic did a good job of like striking somewhat of the tone that you get from the show.
Yeah, and I think they have the same writer for all these Stranger Things comics. Like it's the same dude. So he's probably working. I know with one of the first ones he was working with the brothers that make the show, but I think he probably got enough to do what he's got to do. Did you get to read the Resident Alien one?
I did.
Okay.
I did.
I didn't.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, it was good.
It takes place in a spot where I haven't read.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's in between a couple volumes. So yeah, so it's definitely like because I know for me I was a little bit like, is this happening like after the last volume? And then but it makes like the note right at the beginning like this takes place between these two volumes. Like oh okay cool. So we're just going for some good old classic Resident Alien. So yeah, but it was good. It was a good story as well. I enjoyed it. Yeah, and it's just like it felt good because it like I hadn't read a Resident Alien since it ended, so I was kind of like, oh, like that's a cool. I didn't even know that was like coming out like that. Like I had seen the Stranger Things book solicited, but I didn't look in the corner to be like, and Resident Alien, So I was like, oh, it was a pleasant surprise.
Did you read the Spider-Man Venom?
I did read that as well. Yeah.
What did you think?
So the Spider-Man portion of it I thought was fine and I enjoyed. It was Zeb Wells writing. And it was good. Like, Zeb Wells always has good like his Spider-Man always has that like classic kind of tone to it because he knows how to do the quippiness, And so that was cool. The Venom portion, I was just like, yeah, I don't know about this, man. I'm like, well, two things actually. The other part of the Spider-Man story that I was like, whoa, like what is happening here? That like the last page actually really intrigued me. And did you get to read it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Or did you?
No, I did. Yeah.
Okay. So they got like the little clone connection thing going on.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, wow. Like, that's interesting. Like, so I'm like, what are they about to do? Like, that was enough for me to be intrigued to be like, man, I might need to, like, actually read these Spider-Man books. Like, instead of just putting them in a pile over to the side, you know? So that was one thing. But the Venom did the exact opposite. I was like, man, like, you know what we don't need more of in this world? Symbiotes. There are enough symbiotes.
The weird thing is like, oh, go ahead, Oz.
Symbiotes.
Symbiotes. Look, you say it like that because you're woke. But
me,
yeah,
the Venom was like, man, Sony's gonna fuck this up, and Marvel did it for them. Like, it's no wonder they keep fucking up Venom. You know,
it was just like it. Like, as much as I was intrigued by the ending of the Spider-Man portion, I was totally turned off by the Venom one, where I was like, I don't need to read that book at all. Like, you know, and I knew that, you know, I already knew that, you know, you have two separate things going on where you have like his son is Venom,
yeah,
and Eddie Brock is, you know, the King in Black and doing like his own kind of symbiote thing in space, I guess.
yeah.
And you know, I don't have a problem with that so much. Like, it's not like it's not like if I was in charge of the character, it's not where I would have taken the character, but there's nothing wrong with the story and the premise, you know? But I think they're gearing up for some new type of like symbiote war. And I'm just not here for it. Like, you know, I'll tell you what the big part that really turned me off too was I saw Agent Anti-Venom, and I was just like, I don't know what's happening with all those arms, but I'm good. I don't need any of it. But yeah, I'm done. Yeah.
So we should start wrapping up.
I agree. It is about that time. But you know, you got anybody got anything else they want to say about Free Comic Book Day? Anything that, you know, pressing that you're like, hey, just want to mention one last thing? Okay, good. Oh,
I was happy to finally take part in it. I haven't been able to.
Yeah. I was shocked by all of your actual physical free comics, because I know that you know, you haven't gotten the chance to do that in, like you said, like 2 or 3 years, something like that.
And it wasn't free.
Why wasn't it free?
Oh, because I think there was a limit, but because I've had trouble with that shop in the past, our personalities clash. He's like, look, if you donate to the charity that we're working with, you can take whatever you want. And I did. So.
Oh, okay.
But I guess
was there a minimum notation?
No. I was supposed to donate canned food, but I didn't have canned food on me. So I'm like, can I just give you cash? And he's like, yeah, go ahead. And I'm like, all right. You know, I grabbed everybody. You know, I think he like got tired of explaining things to me the way he does it, because it just doesn't vibe with the way I want to do things. But I want to give him money. Like, I want to buy. I'm a customer, you know. So it's just I don't want to sign up for Previews World to sign up for a pull list. Like, you know, like I don't have time for that. I was literally in there in between haircuts. Yeah.
Right.
So so he's like, yeah, just give me some cash for the thing, and you know, so I gave him a good amount. I think he's gonna be okay with me from now on.
Sounds good.
Yeah, right. I got that under the 2-minute mark.
Woo! Let's get out of here, gents. Let's wrap. Okay. Oz, why don't you give me some final thoughts, man?
Strange New Worlds came out with their first episode and continues the tradition of being a bad first season of Star Trek.
Jeez.
I mean, it's not a knock. There hasn't been one single Star Trek TV show that can honestly say it had a good first season.
I'm still on the first season ever.
Jay. Oh, Jay, are you there? Jay's gone. Okay. Mo, give me some final thoughts, man.
R.I.P. Trevor Strand, man. Got that news before the show. It's sad. One of these celebrity deaths that hits me a little hard. And thanks to the pandemic, I didn't get to see the Black Dahlia murder live twice. And now he's gone. And I will never get to see him again.
Man. For my final thought, just thoughts and prayers to all the family and fans of George Perez. Yeah, it that was a hard one, but yeah. Thank you all for listening to Fantastic Forum. Thank you all for supporting. We'll be back next week. Let us know what you like, what you don't like, what you want to hear more of. We're the Fantastic Forum. We'll be back. Until then, good night.